Okay, 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 okay. Okay, 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 okay. Add my 4th cup of tea. I understand why we're doing the bad ends now. They're so good. I love them. Alright, let's finish up day 3. It's quite long, but we will finish it up. Let me see. Just scroll through the below chart. Base we. Okay. He doesn't need to ask. Is that Maya? Yes. I won't run away. Honestly, this Holy Grail War and Master stuff doesn't seem real to me. But still, if there are only 2 choices, fighting or running away, I'll never run away. Priest said it too. I'm a magus, I should be ready. That's why I must decide. Even though I'm an amateur, Emi Ashiro's a magus. I've decided to become a superhero in the footsteps of Emi Akiritsugu, who I've admired all this time. I will fight as a master. If the cause of the fire 10 years ago was the Holy Grail War, I can't let it happen again. As if he likes my answer, the priest smiles with satisfaction. I take a deep breath. I've cut away all hesitation. As a man, I said I will fight. So from now on, all I have to do is go forward with pride so that I will not go against my word.
Then I shall approve you as Saber's master. In this instant, the Holy Grail War is accepted. I approve the battle in this town. From now until only one master remains. Everyone shall follow their pride and compete fully against each other.
The priest's voice echoes heavily through the church. There's no meaning to that declaration. Only Tosaka and I heard the priest's words. This man merely rang the starting bell as the priest of this church. So it's decided. Then I'm going home. But can I ask you a question too?
I don't mind. This might be the last time, so I shall answer most questions.
Then I shall ask. Hirei, you're the one in charge of looking after this, so you should have information on the other masters. I've followed the association's rules, so at least tell me what you know.
That's troubling. I really want to tell you, but I do not know the details either. Including Emi Ashiro, there are not many legitimate magi this time. There are only 2 masters I know about. 3 if you include Emi Ashiro.
Oh, I see. Still, you should know the order they were summoned. You are the supervisor, after all.
Berserker was first. Caster was second. The rest are pretty much the same. Archer was yesterday, and Saber was summoned a few hours ago.
I see. Then that means...
The Holy Grail War has officially started. Rin, you are not allowed to come to this church until the Holy Grail War is over. The only time it is permitted is...
when I lose my servant and wish for protection, right? So I pretty much get points deducted if I come here for any other reason.
That is correct. You may become the victor, but the church will not ignore the points deducted. They will take the Holy Grail away from you after a boring discussion. That would be the worst-case scenario for me.
You fake priest. A person on the side of the church supporting the Magic Association.
I am serving God. That doesn't mean I'm serving the church.
Whatever. That's why you're a fake. Oh, Maya's burrowing under the kotatsu again. Only her tail is sticking out. Oh, there she goes! She has disappeared. She yearns for the kotatsu. And Tosaka turns her back to the priest. After that, she just makes her way to the exit without saying goodbye. Hey, is that okay, Tosaka? He was your fellow pupil, right? So, shouldn't there be a more proper farewell? I don't care. I'd rather feel relieved from breaking the ties to him. More importantly, you should leave too. You've no business here now. Tosaka walks across the floor without stopping and really leaves. I sigh and follow her. And then... I feel a presence behind me and turn around. Oh! The priest who was behind me before I knew it is looking down on me. What? Do you have anything else to say? I back off as I say so. Just as I thought. I don't like him. Maybe we're just incompatible or something, but I can't get myself to like him. If you don't have anything to say, I'm going. I make my way to the door, trying to escape his stare. As I go,
rejoice, boy. Your wish will finally come true.
the priest says, as if declaring an oracle. Those words aren't those the true feelings I haven't yet realized? What are you saying all of a sudden?
You should know. Your wish will not come true unless there is a clear evil. Even if it is not something you approve of, a superhero requires a villain to defeat.
Oh, sorry, that was really harsh. I feel like everything has just turned black.
My breath caught in my throat.
The priest said it. The greatest wish and the ugliest wish I have are the same. Yes, the desire to protect something is, at the same time, none other than the wish for something to violate it. There's no way I'd wish for something like that. I don't remember a moment when I've wished for that. It's such an insecure wish. It just means the target ideals are inconsistent. The priest says, as if to pierce my heart, good thing you have an enemy now.
No, you do not have to gloss over it. Your worries are right for a human being.
I shake off the priest's words and walk to the door.
Farewell, Emiyashiro. This will be my last warning, but take care on your way home. The world will change completely from now on. You are now at the point of kill or be killed. You are now a master.
As soon as I leave, the pressure on my shoulders lifts. Certainly, you could say that getting away from that priest helped. But Tosaka standing out in her uniform? And the blonde-haired girl in a raincoat standing near her? But Tosaka standing out in her uniform, and the blonde-haired girl in a raincoat standing near her make a strangely well-matched sight that somehow takes the pressure off me. Saber is silent as always. She's looking at me, so it seems she's interested in the decision I made. Let's go. We're going the same way until we get back to town. Tosaka starts walking. Following after her, we leave the church as well. Three of us descend the hill together. We didn't talk much on the way here, but there's even less talk now. Even dull as I am, I know why. After what happened at the church, I truly became a master. And that must be the reason Tosaka's walking a little apart from us. I understand that. I understand, but I don't like thinking about Tosaka like that. Tosaka, is your servant okay? Oh, yeah. Archer's okay. Though it doesn't seem like the damage caused by Saber will heal fast, so I don't think I'll be able to materialize him for a while. Then he's not with you right now? No, he's taking shelter at my house right now. He'll be at a disadvantage if he's attacked by other servants right now, so I'm making him stay ready at a place of strength. See. Unlike my house, I'll bet Tosaka's house is well prepared against attacks. A house is like a fortress for a magus. You will not lose as long as they stay there. That must mean enemies will not attack you as long as you stay on your home ground. See, the boundary field at my house is merely an alarm against intruders, but even having that makes a big difference. Oh yeah, Tosaka, that guy said he was the superior of the Holy Grail War, but does he know your servant? He shouldn't. I haven't told him. See, you guys seem to have a good relationship, so I thought so. Hey, Emiya-kun, I'll warn you now. Don't tell anybody your servant's identity. Keep it a secret even from people you trust, or you'll end up exiting this battle early. What do you mean, Saber's identity? What I mean is which hero the servant is. No matter how strong someone may be, if you reveal your potential, you'll surely be beaten someday. It's fine, so have Saber tell you her real name later on. And you should understand what I mean then. Though, hang on. You're like this, so it might be better if she didn't tell you. Why? Because you can't keep secrets. You'll be able to keep a secret better if you don't know about it. Hey now, what do you think I am? I can take care of myself. Really? Then do you have anything you're hiding from me? Huh? Anything I'm hiding from you? That's I say as my face fires up. I don't have a guilty conscience, but, well, would kind of admiring her count as something I'm hiding from her? See, I don't know what you're hiding, but it's no good if it shows in your face. You have other good aspects, so don't worry about it. Then what about you? If you're hiding it from that priest, does that mean you don't trust him? Kirei? Hardly. I'm not crazy enough to trust him. He's a cheat who transferred from the church to the Magic Association without quitting the church. He'd happily sell my information to the other masters. Tosaka says with annoyance. It seems she really doesn't trust that priest. I'm a bit relieved, but still, her words do seem to hold a bit of affection. When we pass the bridge, there's no conversation between us now. The cold winter air and our cold breath. A faint sound of flowing water and the white street lamps that light up the bridge. Small things like that are engraved into my memory. Oddly, I didn't think about looking at Tosaka, who's walking beside me, next to me. Right now, it seems like walking on a bridge at night together like this is more precious than seeing her face. Me, Tosaka, and the girl called Saber I know nothing about. We three walk together without doing much. We reach the intersection that leads to our houses, the place where we must part with Tosaka. We'll part here. I've repaid my debt, and it'd be troublesome if we stayed together any longer. We should part and become enemies from tomorrow on. It must be to end the ambiguous position we're in right now. Tosaka starts talking, and then cuts off suddenly. From that, I realize she didn't explain the rules to me out of any sense of obligation. She just supported me, understanding the situation I'm in, and acted fairly. Things are back to normal once the explanations are over. I will just be her target as a master now. But if so, what she just said was strange. Tosaka must have meant that it'd be difficult to fight if she feels empathy for me. For Tosaka, everything that happened tonight must have been unnecessary. It would be troublesome if we stayed together any longer. If she's gonna say something like that, she should have left us alone from the beginning. Tosaka's smart, so she should know that all too well. But still, she set aside all the thought of loss or gain and helped me out. So what happened tonight was totally out of good faith. The Tosaka in front of me is too different from how she is at school. Even when I put it nicely, she's sour, cranky, unapproachable, and she's so different that I want to scream out. And it feels almost like a fraud. Yet, still. Tosaka Rin is just how everyone thought she was. See. Tosaka, you really are a good person. Huh? What are you saying all of a sudden? I won't go easy on you even if you flatter me. I know that. She won't go easy on me, and that's why she said it'll be a bother if she feels empathy for me. I know, but I don't want to be enemies with you if I can help it. I like people like you. What? Tosaka falls silent for some reason. I hear Tosaka's house is in the western-style district in the opposite direction of my place. Since she's taken care of me until now, I would like to walk her home, but... Anyway, just run to the church if your servant ever gets killed. If you do, at least your life will be safe. I won't like it, but still, I'll take that advice. It won't happen, though. However I look at it, I'll die before Saber does. I calmly analyze the situation. Tosaka reacts strangely once again. After letting out a sigh, she glances at Saber. Alright, I won't give you any more warnings because that'd really be empathy. Just be careful. Even though Saber's strong, it won't matter if you, her master, gets killed. She turns her back and starts walking. But, as if she's seen a ghost, her feet stop dead in their tracks. Tosaka? The instant I call out to her, my left hand throbs in pain. Hey, have you finished talking? A young voice echoes through the night. A voice like a song is unmistakably that of a young girl. The vision is drawn to the top of the hill. I don't know when the clouds parted, but a bright moon is now shining in the sky. There. Long shadow. There's a strange shape that shouldn't be here, that shouldn't be here in this pale town of shadow pictures.
Berserker?
Oh, Berserker. Tosaka mumbles a word I'm not accustomed to hearing. I don't even need to ask. That thing's definitely a servant. And at the same time, an overwhelming sense of death, exceeding even the one in the fire 10 years ago.
Good evening, Oni-chan. It's the second time we've met like this.
The girl smiles as she says so. That innocence sends a chill down my that innocence sends a chill down my spine. No, spine is an understatement. Not just my body, but my mind is frozen as well. The thing is a monster. I'm not staring at it, but just its presence makes me unable to move. I understand naturally that I will die in the instant I move even a muscle. It feels like a knife is pushed right against my naked chest. Still, I feel nothing. Probably because there's too little hope of me getting out of this alive. All fears and impatience are drowned by hopelessness, so I don't feel a thing. It's totally on a completely different level. Unlike me, who's paralyzed, Tosaka has the composure to stand ready. It'll come to nothing. Even though I can only see her back, I can sense the despair she's feeling.
Huh? Oh, your servant's taking a rest? That's no fun. I thought I'd kill you both at once.
The girl says unhappily as she looks down at us from the top of the hill. We're in an even worse situation now. The girl knows Tosaka's servant isn't here. And then... the girl bows unsuitably for this situation.
Nice to meet you, Rin. I'm Ilya. You should work it out if I make that Ilyasviel von Einsburn.
Einsburn? Tosaka's body moves slightly. She seems to recognize that name. Perhaps she liked Tosaka's reaction, as the girl smiles happily, and...
Then I'll kill you. Go ahead, Berserker.
She orders the strange shape behind her, as if she's singing. Bazaka yachae. The larger body flies through the air. That thing called Berserker comes flying down the whole distance from the top of the hill. Shiro, stay back! Saber runs. Her raincoat comes off and my vision is blocked for a second. Saber runs to Berserker's landing point, and Berserker lands with a huge thud at exactly the same moment. The air trembles. Saber stops Berserker's greatsword with her invisible sword. Saber makes a pained face. There. Berserker's gigantic sword flashes like a whirlwind. A great thunderous roar. The crash of steel that almost tears the air results in defeat for Saber. A sliding sound. Even though she blocked Berserker's giant sword, she's driven back along with the sword she used to block it. Saber's posture collapses. The lead-colored servant chases after her. The gray figure swings its giant sword as if it's the only thing it knows how to do. Saber doesn't have time to dodge it and blocks it with her sword. It doesn't matter if Saber's sword is invisible or not. Each of Berserker's attacks is a fatal one that must be blocked with all her might. Therefore, Saber has to stay on the defense. For her, the only chance of victory is to find a means of attack in between Berserker's attacks. But that's only if Berserker leaves an opening. The Black Rock sword is just like a storm. It's such a large body, and with such a large sword. And yet Berserker's moving faster than Saber. The attacks he sends out are just smashing swings with no technique to them. That's enough. If there's overwhelming power and speed, there's no room for technique. Techniques are something humans invented to compensate for their weaknesses. Weaknesses are things that Giant doesn't have. Run. Oh, run. I murmur with my frozen body. The thing can't be defeated. Saber will be killed if we go on like this. So she should run away. It would be easy for her to get away if it were just her here. So she should know that already. Oh, it's bad. My body's numb, but maybe that's why my mind is so calm. A storm of death that strikes without a pause. Unable to take all the attacks, Saber retreats, and this time, the final blow that can't be blocked is swung. Saber's body rises. She manages to defend against Berserker's giant sword, even in a bad posture. That's only to avoid a fatal wound. She couldn't brace herself to totally block the giant sword, and the impact blows her away. She falls, her body drawing a big arc. Before she falls on her back, Saber turns in midair and lands on her feet. She manages to recover, but red blood is running down her chest. It's stupid of me. I was forgetting something important. I don't know how much a servant can fight in one day, but this is already her third battle. And on top of that, Saber has the wound in her chest inflicted by Lancer. Saber moves, as if to protect her chest. Berserker moves and slashes like a raging wind at the wounded Saber and receives many attacks on its back. There's still Scheißung. I don't know what kind of magic it is, but Berserker's body explodes from Tosaka's spell. Judging from the magic energy given out, the magic directly hitting Berserker must be an impact close to that of a high-caliber pistol. But even that's meaningless. It doesn't even scratch Berserker's body. He isn't nullifying magic like Saber. It's just that the magic isn't doing any damage. Your German revs, shut up. What kind of ridiculous body does he have? Tosaka does not stop casting, but Berserker ignores Tosaka's spells and charges at Saber. Saber raises her head in pain. She holds up her sword to still fight. That gets my body to move again. No! Run, Saber! I yell with all my might. Hearing that, she faces the enemy she can't compare to. There's no end to Berserker's attacks. Saber's body sinks every time she blocks a blow, and she slowly approaches her final moment. Still, where in that small frame does she have all that power? Saber doesn't retreat. She blocks the surging waves of the giant sword and tries to drive back Berserker with her willpower. There's no chance of victory. The way she's holding her ground looks bizarre, as if she knows she'll be defeated if she keeps fighting. Oh, as she should know. Maybe it sensed something in her posture. The figure, silent up till now, roars. A blow impossible to block. The blow that even swings through Saber blows her away. The sound of something falling in the distance. Fresh blood spills out. In that pool of blood, with a body that should not be able to get back up. She stands up unconsciously. It's as if she's saying I would be killed if she didn't do so. Makes me realize how foolish my choice was. Berserker stops after defeating Saber. Without paying attention to me or Tosaka, it waits for its master's orders at the top of the hill.
Huh. There's no way you'd be able to beat him. My Berserker is the greatest hero of Greece.
Greatest hero of Greece? You must mean...
Yes. The one standing there is the devil called Heracles. He's the worst monster there is, on a different level from the heroes you guys can summon.
Girl who called herself Ilya narrows her eyes cheerfully. Those are eyes of joy, about to finish off her enemies. I don't even need to say who the ones getting killed are. Saber will be killed right here. And what am I gonna do? Am I gonna fight that monster in her place? Can't do that. Just approaching that thing without being prepared would stop my heart.